welcome to George Andrews Reserve in Melbourne Southeast for these two sides' opening game of the 2022 NPL Victoria season. Dandenong Thunder taking on Eastern Lions. I'm Josh Parrish, alongside me Ed Gooden. But for these two sides, it's a chance to go again after last season's abandoned campaign. Eastern Lions, really the fairy tale story of NPL 2.
Well, actually, we'll save it till a lull and play, but I have a very fun fact about the Drudses.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
As we get kicked off here at George Andrews Reserve, anchoring position at the base of the midfield, but new coach David Chick seen fit to move him further back in the team to start the season. Now a chance on goal for the Eastern Lions, and that's not far wide. So we have a bit of a stoppage here for an injury. It's tough to make out. Looks like Sean Kenny's the one limping.
He's making his way off the ground. One of the players did signal for a substitution. It looks like Eastern Lions will be making that change.
And they do call for that change. Stradomitros, the player to be introduced. One of the best crosses of the ball in the league. Big chance! And Harley Orr should have scored. You have to say point blank range for the centre half. Playing themselves into trouble here. Demanch on the ball. Can he get out of his feet? A little step over and the momentum in the move is lost. I think he stood on the ball there. But it drops fortuitously for the Eastern Lions. And Wasanowski couldn't get it under his spell. Dandy Thunder making a rod for their own back. But in the end, it's they that spring forward on the counter-attack. Suleimani with the pace. And he did present between the lines there, but they've gone long to Poole instead. He's thrown goal round the keeper, James Poole. What a save from Coulter. Late inclusion on the team sheet, but he's come up big for his side there. And James Poole will have expected himself to score in that position, and he should have there. Unguarded net. Just after making a great save, Keegan Coulter comes and does not collect, but the header into the side netting. Tough for these players to get that fitness back with such a long break between the suspension last season and the start of this. Here's Drutsis. Snapshot, beaten away. And Eastern Lions showing what they're capable of if you let your guard down for a moment.
It's a lovely dummy to allow Drudses to walk into that one. It was the left foot shot, saved well by the goalkeeper to send it above.
And that's all we've got time for in this first half. Certainly an eventful one. NPL Victoria is back at George Andrews Reserve. And Dandenong Thunder this season look to have assembled the cattle on the park to do something impressive. Welcome back to NPL.TV for the second half here at George Andrews Reserve. At the break, Dandenong Thunder 0, Eastern Lions 0. Well, James Poole could be on a hat-trick by now if he'd been more clinical. Harley Orr with a great chance. And a big centre half up from the back. Here is Georgopoulos from range. Never got purchase on it. Chance to spring on the break for the home side. Mika for James Poole. Mika gets the return. A lung-busting run. Rebounds there for Suleimani. And somehow it doesn't go in.
Rizuki running back from his own free kick to intercept that one. That's incredible. The work rate. What a counter-attack by Dandenong Thunder, but heroic from Ziggy Rizuki to get back and get his left foot on that.
Andalesio. Looking for Poole at the back stick. He finds him. And it's tipped over the crossbar.
Combination of Andalesio and Poole again, forcing Keegan Coulter into a fantastic save, sending it over the bar. What a ball again on that right foot. And Poole, I think that was the best he could do in that situation. It was tough if he was sending it to the back stick. Said going near post, Keegan Coulter in the right position, sending it over.
Exactly the same combination as we saw almost bear fruit in the first half. That cross in swinger to the back post. Coulter was in position that time though. He gets a palm on that. It's goal bound off the crossbar and saved. That is miraculous from Keegan Coulter. How did he recover?
He was in no man's land. He came out, he flapped his arms around, the ball came back off the bar. It was all over the place, and then somehow he managed to staunch his way back in front of the goal.
I'm not sure if he got a touch on that, Ed, but just to put the striker off, just to be where he needed to be. Oh, Ziggy Rizuki's down after that. That's a big blow. He's limping off. Can't see him continuing looking like that. Maybe copped a knock to his ankle in the carnage of the 6-yard box on that play.
His stride does look, it looks like it's improving.
Yeah, seems to struggle when it comes to his left. Georgopoulos next to the heels of McGlip. Play goes on. Chance on goal for Losty onto the crossbar. What was the goalkeeper doing there?
I thought the goalkeeper had that in his hands, but it seemed to make its way through and then bounced off the crossbar. Dandenong Thunder now on the counter-attack.
I believe in cricket they call that a crocodile catch. Thunder to spring forward. Mika to send the ball. Suleimani! One end to the other. And Ali Suleimani scores the Thunder's first of the season. The captain, the hometown hero, sends this big crowd into raptures. Thunder 1, Eastern Lions 0.
Devastating counter-attack. And for a man who's been relatively quiet tonight, Josh, he hasn't had too many opportunities. Adi Suleimani, clinical, slotting that away on his left foot into the far corner. No chance for Keegan Coulter in the Eastern Lions goal. It's a beautifully worked move by Dandenong Thunder. Devastating.
That is devastating for the Eastern Lions. They came so close to scoring at one end. Noah James has his blushes spared by the crossbar. Straight up the other end. James Poole, Josh Mika in low for the left boot of Ali Suleimani. And with 5 goals last season, he's proven he can score them. Because we've already had 1 goal today. Pretty unstoppable strike from Ali Suleimani. And now Poole will try and make it 2. Mika onto the scraps. Cuts it back. James Poole on the post. That was sumptuous from James Poole. Sending defenders left and right for a hot dog. Took it on his right. Struck it clean and true and onto the base of the post. Or with the free header! And it's off target. How many chances has he had tonight?
Don't know what to say.
I mean, his marker was
I don't think he even had a marker.
Well, there was some physical contact between the two players. His marker fell, totally unguarded at the back post, and he can't put it in.
Minimal contact.
Giving him a better offer, and he, in fact, scored from the penalty spot last night on his debut. He's James Poole, the new signing who's come in to bring that creativity. First time hit, and a wonder strike from Suleimani to make it 2. That is breathtaking. 2 goals for the homegrown hero. And you won't hit one better than that all season. Wow.
The ball in from Poole, headed away, and it looked like it was either falling to Suleimani or on Delasio, but Suleimani on the right foot. It looked like a curling effort, but the power on it was unstoppable. Keegan Coulter, no chance. 2-0.
What a hit.
Relation to...
Good delivery in here. Georgopoulos! And it's in. No flag. And Ioannis Georgopoulos hands Eastern Lions a lifeline. What happened there? The Thunder going to sleep.
We went to sleep, Josh. We were too busy talking about the substitution. And it was Charlie Fry who sent the ball in quickly to Georgopoulos, who, unmarked, just with a fantastic finish, thumps it into the back of the net, and Eastern Lions, looking down and out, have managed to get themselves back in this one. 3 minutes to go.
grandstand finish at George Andrews Reserve. What a save that is. Ryan Losty with the snapshot. And Noah James, after a shaky night on debut, has come up with a big stop.
Huge save with the left hand. That was gasping as that was sent through. Eastern Lions with another opportunity here.
And that is full time. Despite a nervy finish, Dandenong Thunder start their season with a win. 2 goals from Ali Suleimani, wearing the captain's armband this evening and delighting his beloved home supporters with a quality brace. Late consolation is all that it proved from Ioannis Georgopoulos.